So you can probably tell by the ruins in the background and the UI in the foreground that we're playing a mod for Hearts of Iron 4, and this may be some kind of creepy, intense mod, but it's not really that at all. So some of the things it changes is first, factory output is severely reduced, but what it does do in return is everybody starts with about to double the amount of factories. Like, as Germany, we start with 171 civs, which is kind of crazy. And of course there's new states too. It's a lot different already with just factory layout. Of course the focus tree is completely different too. This is gonna be so hard to figure out what to do. I guess a lot of this is kind of normal. And a good thing is now all the focuses take half the amount of time because there's double the amount of focuses to do, so I guess that works. It looks like Germany's focuses are a lot less buffed now. This one is still really good, but most of them aren't as good as they used to be, or the civilian factories and stuff have been combined into one focus. But we'll do Rhineland to start off with, just because I don't know what else to do. Another massive change is that all like terrain and weather combat modifiers are massive. Divisions get organization slower. It seems really complicated, but at the same time it seems good. Also, being on war economy and stuff will have a negative impact. It increases economic fatigue every 3 months, so that's not very good. Also, you may notice that we have 6 research slots. That's quite a bit of research slots, so that means there's a lot more to research now. Infantry is just kind of redesigned, but mostly the same. Oh, This is going to be very hard to decide all the research to do now. And engineering is okay and industry is okay, so it's mostly fine. Why are there 2 different medium tanks though? The fact that there are 2 different medium tanks hurts my head. I don't know what to do here. Oh, and this is also a 30 combat width mod, which, I don't know how I feel about 30 combat width mods. I don't think I've ever played one for YouTube. I've played at least one before, so that's interesting. Makes combat a little more interesting in my opinion, but it's kind of more confusing too, because I'm not used to organizing the divisions. We also have regular infantry equipment and heavy. Heavy weapons goes to regular infantry, and infantry weapons goes to light infantry and most other divisions. This is going to be kind of difficult to start off with, and they also have customized the AI, so the AI won't be completely stupid. It's now actually good AI that will know how to do the stuff for this mod. France is separated into their colonial areas. It also aims to make the game more historical too, so we'll see what that means. Hopefully that doesn't mean that Japan just does terrible and can't take China, like in real life. Also, resources are expanded too to make things even more complicated, which isn't too bad, but like, now we have coal, bauxite, and iron. Yeah. I'm noticing a kind of repetitive problem in our focus tree, and that's the fact that whatever we do seems to always increase this thing called economic fatigue. Almost every good focus increases it. Apparently when it gets to 100, you also start losing war support. Right here in our focus tree, we can either choose between a lot of military factories, which that's a lot of military factories, but it does give us a severe 10% economic fatigue, which isn't very good just yet. It won't matter as much once we go to only building military factories, but for now we don't want it. Or we can go with issue weapons contracts, which can really give us a boost with infantry weapons. So I might use that to rush some 1940 and 1939 infantry equipment. That could give us a big boost if we're producing that. So I'm going to take the risky strat and not go with the military factories, which is kind of a bad idea, but then again, whatever. So first thing I've noticed is that tanks move much slower. Like, being in mountains makes tanks move not at all, which makes sense. Like, it's common sense that if tanks are in a mountain, they're not gonna move that fast. Guess we can strat redeploy them. Yeah, that's still fast. And I guess we'll get in our first battle soon against Soviet tanks to see exactly how that goes. Whoa, okay, so first thing I notice is that terrain and weather modifier is kind of insane. I guess it'll make grinding for traits and stuff easier, because then we're not gonna ever break any tiles, ever. And you know what, I've never done this before, but let's go back onto civilian economies. Germany shouldn't have done the Rhineland. We need to rebuild the economy a little bit, because some of these bad things further down are pretty bad. That's unsustainable for the most part. Weekly war support, negative 10% weekly war support. And this is the worst, we can only train 5 30 widths at a time. This is gonna take a while to get enough manpower, but as long as we can get Austria in 38, we should be fine, as long as we kind of keep things semi-historical. It shouldn't be too bad. Of course, being on civilian economy right now is not the best. Okay, we've been attacking into this same hill tile for so long, but we at least got Panzer Expert out of it. Soon we'll get Hill Fighter too. The only reason I don't go and try to attack somewhere where they're weaker is because this is a nice hill tile and we can get Hill Fighter and then Adaptable. We can maybe find a forest tile somewhere and get Ranger too, but I don't think there are any on the border right now, so there's really no way we can do that. It's kind of funny though, we finally have enough divisions for the Anschluss, but it requires that some of our divisions are in these southern provinces, which is just kind of a funny touch. Like, it's kind of unnecessary, but it's funny that it makes us put our divisions down here to do it. We also did the Soviet tank agreement, so now we can research some tanks ahead of time. I still don't know exactly which medium is better, but and the effects of annexing Austria are different too. It decreases our economic fatigue, which is kind of interesting. It gives France war support, and it also gives us like political power and stuff too. Pretty interesting. Now our economic fatigue is so low that I think I want to go back onto war economy maybe. Because partial MOB and war economy have the same negatives, it looks like, I think. Or maybe war economy's worse, I'm not sure, I'm kind of scared. I guess if things get bad, I pretty much have all my advisors, we can just use our political power to switch back onto civilian. But for now, we'll start doing some focuses to get research for planes. And Japan's doing good. This isn't like crazy good, but this is genuinely good. I was kind of worried that all the terrain modifiers and stuff would make it impossible for Japan. Maybe they rebalanced it a little too. Okay, nice. Rommel can now get adaptable. I still think it's hilarious that we have to have our units in certain places to be allowed to demand stuff, but now we can finally demand the Sudetenland, because we have 950,000 manpower in the field. And these planes are interesting. They serve actually air superiority, close air support, interception, and naval strike. I kind of want to go for this, and then I don't even have to worry about making separate CAS, really. But at the same time, I do get bonuses to CAS, and for some reason this takes a lot to research. And so what I choose here for the fate of Czechoslovakia is very different now, because there are a lot of different effects. The best one is to set up the puppet state, which I'm going to do. And this is a weird touch for the mod, allowing a general to have offensive and defensive doctrine at the same time. So I'll be honest about this. I will admit that the military fatigue, economic fatigue mechanic is kind of annoying. Anything that makes war economy nerfed is annoying, and a lot of mods do it, and it makes sense to nerf certain parts of war economy. But I do appreciate the fact that it kind of makes things historical, because then you want to do things that really mess up your economy and give you that economic fatigue, but give you short-term benefits. So it kind of simulates what actually happened in Germany. Like, Germany had to go to war to fix their economy, and this mod does a good job of simulating that, because that economic fatigue forces us to do stuff, make moves, or go back onto civilian economy like I did for a while. We're also doing this focus that gives us decisions to use other nations' economy to reduce it too, so that'll be interesting also. Well, you know what I said about Japan doing well? Yeah, it looks like the stalemate is starting to really show up. Okay, and I'm nervous about the air war. There's a real threat here. The UK is on like 30 to 36 and France is on 21. We're now on 70, but it hasn't always been that way. And I'm really scared about how optimized this AI is, because if the AI is optimized enough to rush good fighters or something, I don't know, that could be scary. If they're still using a lot of bad fighters, the air war should be won. It just depends on their research. Just really hope that our around the Maginot take Paris strategy works, because otherwise this is gonna be World War I all over again. Okay, we did Danziger War and Poland denied, so it's time. Let's activate it. And we're at war. Okay, let's see the allies, they join. Let's look at the air. Okay, Western Germany doesn't look good. initially. Okay, there, okay, green air everywhere except Poland, but my air is still training here. Wait, lack of offensive plans? Did we need to, like, do something? I don't know. Did we forget to do a focus that gave us offensive plans? Oh yeah, maybe we needed to do Western war plans. Oh no, that might have ruined it for us if we're not allowed to go around the Maginot. Let's start justifying. This is really bad though, if we can't go to war with the Netherlands for 200 days. Wow, they really wanted to raise Poland's surrender limit. That was a little much there. But I guess now we have to break the Maginot. That's the only option because it just takes so long. I guess we can use siege artillery. That should help. Maybe. I don't know how much it will help. Okay, now we can actually justify war goals. So 30 more days we'll be at war with the Netherlands. Then another 30 after that, and we can be at war with Belgium, and then we can go into Paris, hopefully. So it's not too bad. Being delayed walking into Paris by 2 months isn't the worst thing that could have happened. Well, if we walk into Paris, that is. We did win the air war, so that's one positive. Oh, I didn't even need to justify against the Netherlands, because now we can just do this focus that I didn't do before. Or maybe, is that how it's always supposed to go? I don't know. No, what? Did the mod remove the easy way to cap France? Still definitely getting memed, but it's just not gonna be as bad anymore. Triumphant France, I guess it just took a little while longer to fire. Maybe it just required us to take this entire area. That's good though. UK gains minus 40% base war support. That makes sense, but yeah, that's harsh. I guess the real test is if Sea Lion is possible. If Sea Lion is possible, like in vanilla, then I'll be disappointed. Who are our majors? Yeah, okay, it's only the UK and France still. Naval bombing might be a little overpowered in this mod. I have no naval bombers. These are just strategic bombers and CAS, but they're taking out quite a few ships, and this has only been like 2 weeks of bombing the English Channel. We still haven't won Sea Lion just yet, so maybe the AI is smart and puts divisions all over England and makes it difficult. We'll see. Yeah, wow, actually maybe. Oh, never mind. I'm taking the port. Okay. Well, we still won. Oh, and our navy got destroyed. Oh, okay, well, this is our only opportunity now. I didn't realize that we got in a naval combat with the British Navy and lost. No. Oh, they're convoy raiding us so much. We have no supply here at all. The game made Sea Lion more realistic. I am impressed. Oh, well, these guys are done. There they go. Now I don't know if we'll be able to take Norway though, unfortunately. I'm surprised, honestly. I was expecting us to just destroy them once we got that port, but the convoy rating has been buffed exponentially. This mod's really cool. I've had a fun time playing it. Had some issues there with the random Maginot. I don't know if that was intended or if I forgot and should have done it earlier. Who knows? But anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and see you all next time.